Welcome back everyone to episode 20 of Let's Play and Let's Learn Rule the Waves, and I have learned a little myself today. So as we walked away from the last episode, which I had to end a little prematurely, but I thought I would just finish this battle up. What happened? Actually, quite a few things have happened. If you want a sneak peek of what's going on, we've intercepted a battleship, but we were somewhere over here. We destroyed this destroyer. That was the last thing that was happening. So it sank. And I just marched my forces over here, where you can see there's another destroyer. It's not doing so well for the Russians. I found this one, and I just immediately spread out. I sent my light cruisers in, and somehow, the range away from this destroyer to my battleships was really far, but somehow I took another hit. And I don't mean a hit from their guns. I mean another torpedo hit me. So this is the very bottom of the log. We can see that there's a lot going on here, but if I scroll up, we see that the North Dakota has flotation damage because the North Dakota was hit by a torpedo. Alright, so anyways, I was hit by a torpedo, but I immediately just told the North Dakota to stop, go to zero, and eventually we did sink that destroyer. I think we picked up like 2 crew from them, so if you sink a destroyer, there's almost no point trying to pick up any of the survivors. Now it's getting pretty late. The visibility has been terrible this whole battle. But after that, I was like, okay, well, we're basically done. I'll just march back. I think I headed west. So my forces were here, and I just headed west. I guess I was heading northwest to see... I don't know why. Just picked a direction and went. I know I didn't want to go near the port, but... And then I ran into, what I mean by ran into is look at our vision range. This is our vision cone, this inside one. It's almost nothing. So I literally just ran into their battleship convoy. It was a huge surprise. The very first ship that I saw was one of their battleships, and immediately it was in range of every single one of my ships. So we just started firing, and that's when the second part of this log comes in, that immediately, well, they had 2 battleships. They have one which is right here, you can't see right now, and then they have another here which is steaming away. I don't think it has any damage. This is the battleship that I'm facing. It's one of their old Russian battleships. It is just over 12,000 tons, 10-inch belt, 12-inch guns, so very, very, very similar to ours. Basically, they traded a little bit of their turret and conning tower armor. They traded a little bit of their turret and conning tower armor, and even their battery armor. They traded these for a little extra belt armor, because you can see my ships have much slower belt armor, but higher battery and higher conning tower. We also have higher deck. So 2-inch deck, I think, stops you from that thing where splinters perforate the deck. If you have 2 inches deck armor, I don't think that the splinters from a shot can do damage to your deck or through your deck. Okay, so anyway, it'll be very interesting at the end of this battle. I haven't showcased at all the end of battle type graphics that are available. You can do one where you trace all the big ships, so we'll be able to see this massive engagement. It's only been 342 in time, 342 minutes, but gosh, a lot has happened. And none of our ships have sank. Now, obviously, we're not in great shape. The Oklahoma is taking 50% damage. North Dakota is taking 56%. Every one of my ships has taken damage, except for these 2 lucky light cruisers. And I probably jinxed them, so now they're sure to take damage. So I want to turn together. I want these guys to do line ahead, and let's have them be independent is fine. Good. So... right now, their destroyer is their ship is right here, and I've almost sunk it. I've hit it. I'm not sure did I hit it with a torpedo or not. Let's go back to the log one more time. It's like basically dead in the water. So we hit it with a 12-inch. We hit it with a 6-inch. We hit it with another 6-inch. We hit it with their destroyer. Their battleship hit us. I think they have 6-inch guns for their secondary. Let's check real fast. Yeah, so they have 12 6-inch. This is basically a smaller version of my ship almost exactly, because they have the 4 12-inch and 12 6-inch, which is almost identical. I think I have 14 or 16 12-inch or 6-inch, but so our battleships are a little better. But Anyways, I was just trying to salvage the whole point of this. I was just trying to salvage the situation. Maybe sink a few more battleships or a few more destroyers. Take a drink real fast. And we just ran into this battleship fleet. I think we were already doing okay when I sank this destroyer. When I saw this one and it hit me with a torpedo, I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? How am I going to explain this? And then we ran into this one, and I think we have sunk the battleship that's here. So I'm going to go ahead and slow this down to, okay, maybe normal. I think a lot of things are happening in succession here, so it's going to be a little chaotic. I did send the Whipple home with 82% damage, and yeah, but the only ships that have been sunk here so far have been their destroyers, and I hope the only thing we can add to that is one of their battleships. So here we go, and there she is. Wow, that's a little interesting. Nice little graphical bug there. So good news is nothing happened, and what I want is for nothing to happen. Let's go ahead and turn these battleships away. In fact, I want to just end this battle at this point. So I'm going to turn the Juno. Yeah, let's get you guys going squad max. Oh, your squad is maxed for some reason. Oh, that's because the San Juan has somehow rejoined. This is the one that got hit by a torpedo, I think, earlier. Have you? What's your log entries? Yeah. No, torpedo, engine room hit. Yeah. So they hit our engine room with a torpedo. But they've managed to come this far. They're back in the... I want to basically detach them, except for, like I said, there's no friendly United States American harbors nearby. So I don't know what detaching and sending to the nearest port does. Anyways, this is a massive battle, and hopefully this graphic gets fixed. It's a little weird. Okay, there it is. Now, they're dead in the water. It says light damage, so what we're going to do is torpedo them. We absolutely have to torpedo them. Let's find out. Good, these guys have torpedoes. Anything we can do right now is torpedo. So let's get everybody targeting this ship. Hopefully this will incentivize battleships, or torpedoes, I mean. Just everybody targeting this battlecruiser. Okay, and you also please go max speed. Whoa, you're also damaged. I have so many damaged ships in this. Yeah, the max speed is only 18, it says. Okay, that's fine. All right, and hopefully, since they're dead in the water, let's just send our Oklahoma... yeah, let's actually send them this way. We will continue with that. It's going to make it harder to hit the Imperator for a little while, but hopefully their power is down. It looks like their power is not down because they're aiming at my Oklahoma, in which case we'll just circle around the front. How many torpedo tubes do they have? 4, so we have to be real careful about getting hit. And did my guys get hit or why? I think we're going 6... I think we're going slow because we're still recovering from when the North Dakota got hit, although it doesn't have very little. It has very little flooding. But that's how quickly this happened, that I was just recovering from this destroyer, and I was just moving 6 knots to allow them to easily control the torpedo flooding. And now this happened, so let's actually just go 10 to make sure the North Dakota doesn't have anything bad happen as far as like bulkhead rupturing or anything like that. And let's continue. Okay, so the Coma was hit. Looks like she's okay. Hopefully we get some more... Okay, another 12-inch gun hit. This is good. We have to take advantage of the fact that this... I really want torpedoes out, though. That's what I really, really, really want. So let's hope that somebody launches some torpedoes. And the Warden right now is screening. In fact, we might even decide to make smoke. I'm not sure if we should or not. This is the make smoke. This does the smoke screen. It might be a good idea at this point because we'd only be screening the unidentified ship, which we know is a battleship, and the destroyer from this general direction. And I want everyone else to just, hopefully somebody launches a torpedo. I'm waiting for somebody to launch a torpedo here. Still nobody. But we keep hitting with the 12-inch guns, which is good. And it looks like everybody is indeed firing. So let's have the Warden kind of pursue the battleship over here, since they're obviously not interested in firing a torpedo. And we will have them lay smoke. For the time being, I'm going to let both of my battleships just keep opening up with their 12-inch guns, because those might be doing a lot of work. Now it says that this one has heavy damage now. Well, if it didn't have heavy damage before, it probably does now. That's all those are 6-inch hits except for the top one, so that's 5 more 6-inch hits, and 1 more 12-inch. Now they have pretty good they have pretty good belt armor, but all the rest of their armor is quite a bit lighter. So we can actually maybe get lucky with some of our 6-inch shots. Okay, more 12-inch hits, 2 more, yeah. And we launch torpedoes. Okay, let's go ahead and max speed away. I don't want to get hit, so let's just turn and let's be a little bit safer here. I'm okay with this destroyer sticking around. Let's go ahead and start laying smoke, which I think can only happen for 10 minutes, so 10 more turns of laying smoke. And the Juno's launching torpedoes too, and it looks like, I mean, we've seen that this doesn't necessarily mean everything, but it looks like the torpedoes are on target. So turn away, all ye ships, and hopefully nobody else gets hit by torpedoes. Okay, hit by a torpedo, hit by another torpedo. Oh my gosh. The Warden got hit by a passer. That means the shot went all the way through her superstructure. I think that's what pass through hit means. It's not good. It's pretty high structure damage. So at this point, we just want to get the heck out of here. We'll regroup, let's say, over here. Hopefully you guys are okay. Hit by another torpedo. I think that means that she's sinking, she's on fire. Yes, all the things. Good. So then the Warden is laying a smoke screen, and we can't even see the other enemy. So you really should be doing squad max to get out of here. Good. Warden's laying smoke still. That's good. Putting a smoke screen down for our heavies. What is the North Dakota doing? Hopefully. Why didn't you decide to launch a torpedo, Preble? I didn't see you. Oh, well, now you are. Exactly right now you're launching torpedoes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll let you go straight. One more turn. Actually, we'll just start turning you this way. And we do keep hitting, but really, like I said, the main thing here is protect our ships and get out of here. We'll slow you down to about 25 just to allow you to, I don't know. Oh, it's hit by another torpedo. Good God, man. Enough with the torpedoes. It looks like they're kind of responding. Nope, they're still AIA control. North Dakota is turning now, and we want to actually kind of give a wide berth to the Imperator. It's definitely going down. So if we can disengage at this point, I'll be very, very happy. I don't know if you can lay smoke. You're still laying smoke. Let's turn off the laying smoke just to save my smoke. I think it may take another hour for them to lay smoke again, but let's just get the heck out of here. We've really accomplished everything we want to do. We got lucky hitting this, just finding this battleship fleet, but let's not push our luck. In fact, we might want the Preble to just go behind and actually collect. Oh, is it Twilight? Okay. I think you can still collect ship survivors at Twilight, but you cannot do it during the night, I think. Well, it might take them a long time to actually sink, so let's go ahead and do this. Good. So that's amazing. I'm just really surprised that we salvaged the situation here. Let's slow back down to 10. If we can. We can't. Can we make you support then? I just want them to fall back into, yeah, good. And you are supporting the light cruiser. We'll let you be in like that. You're fine as is. Let's turn off flotilla attack. And Warden, you can go back to supporting. Everybody just switch over to AI basically. And now let's just kind of limp out of here. There it is. Success. Great success. Whew, what a battle. What an intense battle. So it looks like we're going to sink one of their battleships. Okay, Oklahoma, are you still taking damage then? Or why is it that you are suddenly complaining about... Yeah, you have flooding of 2. That's pretty minor. Let's just slow down to 8. The slower the speed, generally, it helps you to recover this... But if they're just losing 2, I'm not even sure. Okay, so... Like I said, I think that this flotation has something to do with the displacement, which is why I've always said that coal ships might be better than oil, just because you have this this system where your coal ships are going to be larger displacement. That's part of the cost, and the oil makes the ships like lighter, but the displacement is part of your flotation, like hit points. So All right, well, let's just push on until the end of this. I don't think we'll have any other damage, really. Good. We have a nice little formation here. Some weird stuff going on with the light cruisers, but that's okay. Maybe we'll speed up to 10. I think 10, 9, 9. And let's just get this over with. Wow, so what a battle. And I'm very surprised that all happened. I said this would be the big fight of the war, and I didn't realize how accurate that would be. That it turns out that yes, indeed, this was definitely the big fight. So it looks like it's already twilight because it's we're so far north, and not only that, it's summer, so there's not a whole lot of darkness. We should be okay. And now it's actually daytime. Whew! What a battle! What a battle! So it'll be interesting to see if we win or not, if we win or lose. Here we go. USA major victory. Wow, 29,000 to 4. We sunk their battleship. It sounds like the battleship game you play as a kid. Oh, you sunk my battleship. But we said this is the important thing for me. I really feel like having a ship with heavy damage versus sinking, the difference is pretty minor in terms of how much damage you have to inflict, but the difference in like a larger strategic setting is enormous. Wow, so fantastic. We sank a battleship. That's awesome. We did 24,000 damage to it. All those torpedoes. 4 torpedo hits. Otherwise, I had 3 with torpedo hits. And is this survivors rescued? Yeah. So we were able to save all... we were able to rescue quite a few survivors. The Tacoma was a real hero, rescuing some people. Let's sort again by damage. Yeah, so the North Dakota and the Oklahoma both took pretty good damage, and the San Juan took heavy damage, and even their battle cruiser took light damage. Remember, I was shooting at it for a little bit. Then we sank 3 of their destroyers. Now note that, look at how much damage it takes, 400, 450. I think this is more or less how many points you get, right? So we did 25,000 plus, this looks like 1,000. And we can see that our total points was 29,000. So it looks like damage to enemy ships, even if you overkill, it seems like it's a good thing. So sticking around and shooting an enemy ship, it shouldn't be this way. There should be a cap on the damage to an enemy ship, which just means like, okay, you've sunk it, so it's good, it's dead. That's the max points you can get, is just sinking it. But that doesn't appear to be the case. It looks like if you stick around, and just keep shooting the ship as it's going down, you'll keep accruing these points for damage. Okay, that being said, 153 points is all we get, which is, I think it's just exactly 1 point per survivor you pick up. Yep. That is just insignificant. You can see how insignificant the survivor pickup is. In my opinion, I don't know if it's really important, and maybe that's the reason why they just have this in as a fun little game mechanic that doesn't really mean anything. And this is nice from a role-playing standpoint. If you want to like talk about AARs and stuff like that, like, oh, we picked up 153 survivors, that's built into the game, which is pretty cool. However, if you wanted to make this a significant part of the game, you should probably at least double, maybe even triple the points, like 3 points per survivor. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So, okay, so let's close this, and let's show you the part of the game which I haven't demonstrated previously. Now, first of all, once the battle's over and you close that, let's also close this screen because we don't need to see that anymore. You can actually see where all the enemy ships ended up. So there's an installation here. We can see that, so one of these is, it looks like they aren't reporting where the battleship was sunk. Another destroyer here. And I think it should have been right here, but there's no report for the sinking. Anyway, we can see that it looks like they entered port. We did see the battlecruiser entered port, but they had another battleship here, which was also the Imperator Pavel class. And that one just fled to the northwest, I guess. And here's their Russian destroyer. It's kind of nice. You can go around and look at all the enemy ships. You can see the classes just in case you didn't know what other kind of class of ships they're using. But this is the fun thing. This little red squiggly line, we can track. Let's just track the big ships. So this is it. We started the fight here, and we moved. It's kind of funny how we ended up moving back the same way. Now remember, when we start the fight, we were in range of somebody, which means that another fleet came over here. You can see this is at 14. Our ships was here, their ship was there, and another group of theirs was over there. Then we moved forward, and this is probably our first engagement. Then, no, I think I got my lines reversed. This is our first engagement. We went over here, that's where we sunk the first destroyer. And then we went over here, and that's probably where we sank the second destroyer. This is my battleships. Now my light cruisers were on this side. Remember, I kept my battleships away. And this, probably 1900, is around the time when that destroyer hit my battleship. So I just turned them away from the destroyer and set them to really low speed. And you can see that we crept up, and probably this is about the time when my force encountered their battleship. We engaged, we sunk their battleship, and then we turned away. And that's it. It's kind of neat. You can actually do this. We can actually do it for all ships even. This gets a little crazy. But we did a lot of maneuvering, and you can see all the maneuvering that went in. Moved over here. So our light cruisers were down here. And I guess their destroyer kept going but then sank, and that's probably when we pulled up and went over here. And this is where we encountered, remember, this crossing right here is probably more or less where the battleship was. And I did have my light cruisers on this side of it, but then we turned them around, remember, because I didn't want to go towards the other battleship that I guess kept going and eventually left and went over here. So and then at some point they decided to come back. So just another interesting dynamic, as you can see what all happened with the battle. If you want, you can show the track chart. That's what it is. And then just in case you want to know what the almanac is inside of the battle, you can click this button, and it brings up the almanac. We can see that, let's see, does it update? Yeah, they only have 4 light cruisers in service because, I sank 3. And now they only have, how many battleships? They still have 3 battleships? Let's see if this updates. Maybe they are down to 2 now? Or were they already at 4? I can't remember. Anyway, that brings this little thing to a close. Wow. This was a minor victory. We even gained 1 prestige from it. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll designate this as a decisive or memorable battle. Sure. Battle Western Russia. Let's put 1913 June. Because if you have another battle in the same area, it'll ask you for the same thing. And there it is. And we even gained 100 victory points for blockaded the enemy. We can see that we're at war and we're blockading them. I think we're going to have to leave just because we probably have some ships that are damaged. But let's see. So both of our battleships were taken into port for repair. And this is what I mean. The difference between sinking a ship and not is literally just 3 turns of repair. Even my San Juan, who was crippled, left the battle, only needs 2 turns to return. Now, it might be interned since it's in Northern Europe. I don't know what happens if they're interned. Let's just go ahead and send everybody who's in Northern Europe back. I don't know what happens if they're... Can you move them? Again, we still have this list out of bounds thing. It doesn't really make sense that you can move them while they're being repaired, but yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Now let's also check on our raiders. Well, they're all fine, so we can leave them where they are. And now the Caribbean or the... Okay, so the Northern Asian ones have to return. So let's move these back to Southeast Asia. And you're in Southeast Asia, so you're fine. Northern Europe, you will also have to move back. So please move back to the East Coast. No, the Caribbean. Let's move you to the Caribbean. Oh, yeah, and let's check and see the almanac. Is it updated? So it is interesting. Looks like the moment the battleship sinks, it's updated on this list. So that means they must have had 4, and now they're down to 3. And we also saw that their battle cruiser. They only have 1, and we did put it with light damage. I think it needs at least 1 turn to recover, which means that if we rest our cursor here, the Russians don't have. You can see they have 1 battleship and then 1 heavy cruiser. They don't have a battle cruiser on the map. Yeah, but you can see the same thing is true with us. In Northern Europe, we have 3 light cruisers and 2 destroyers and 2 minesweepers, so we also don't have our battleships there. Okay, good. Let's just make sure that there's nobody else with a star. It looks like all the stars are here. And have we taken care of them? Caribbean, moving. Southeast Asia is fine. Moving, moving. Good. All right. Let me just take a look at anybody else in Northern Europe because I basically think we need to pull out. Time to retreat. Tactical withdrawal. Actually, Tacoma's fine here. Let's actually set her to... No, let's leave her inactive. Yeah, let's set her to raiding. Can possibly accomplish more that way. Good. So I think this episode has basically come to a close. Just a huge battle. But one thing I want to do, probably off camera now, is we have a huge monthly balance. So the next thing I definitely want to do is design a new ship. It's time to get a new battleship. So unfortunately, we don't have the guns that I really would have preferred. Research is what I'm looking for. Yeah, we only have the 16-inch guns at -1 quality, which means I'll probably have to create 15-inch guns. And that means, actually what I'll probably do, which will be a new design entirely, is I think I'll probably design a battlecruiser. Because 15 inches is about right for a battlecruiser, in my opinion. What are they going to make? Yeah, so I can't... Oh, I could. My dock size is up to 34,000, thanks to private industry, mostly. And this is interesting. This is actually not a bad design. Although, this is kind of ridiculous. Why have 24 5-inch guns? I think that we can put them into guns per turret. What if we did this 5 turrets? Let's talk about... Yeah, what if we did 5 turrets per side? Let's update the graphic on this. So we have this bug. That's really unfortunate. I hate it when this bug happens. So I guess taking it up to 6 inches is really not good for the design. What if we lower this to just 8 turrets per side? So that's still 8. And does this... so we still have a bit of a reduction. I think we could put it into a single turret and they'd be okay then. No. And this is all bold, which is news to me. I don't know why it's bold. Okay, so off camera, I'm going to go ahead and try to design the battlecruiser. Because this graphical glitch is happening, I think what I'll have to do is save, exit the game, and come back in. Sometimes that helps. But I really hope you enjoyed the battle here. That should put us just way out of reach of being defeated by the Russians. And it was really, I think, the series-defining battle that we've had. I'm not sure if we'll have another battle with battleships like that. That was just a real fun one. So, anyways, thanks for watching this so far. And next episode, we will go ahead and build that heavy ship and start building some new ones because we have plenty of budget to play with. And one game mechanic I haven't discussed is that you can actually hoard too much money, and the financial people in the government actually come and they take that money away in 5% steps. So it won't happen when you're at war, as far as I know, but the moment you go into peace, they're like, oh, you have a lot of money, we'll take that. So there's absolutely no reason to try to hoard money like I'm doing here, which is just incidental. In fact, let's actually do this. Since I love this Baltimore class so much, I just want to save that San Francisco, like I said, so I'm going to build, yeah. Let's build some more light cruisers, which is not even affecting our budget because these are so cost efficient. And I would love to have some more of these. Oh, the Oakland. Yeah, it looks like we don't really have a choice, huh? Oh, Cleveland, good. And build some more. Anything but San Francisco, please. Fresno. Fresno. It's fine. Fresno. Oh, we're still 6 million positive. We should save a little bit for the... Oh, St. Louis is good. We should save a little bit for the battleships, though. So, maybe one more. Is there any other... Oh, Flint. I saw Flint. We'll take that. Because these light cruisers are really doing work. They've already sunk 3 Russian light cruisers in this war. And that's what they're there for. Convoy raiding and fighting other light cruisers. Okay, so I'll save here. Thanks for watching, and we'll pick this up in the next episode. Until then, take care.